Hello everyone, I hope you're doing amazing. Since this is my very first video, I welcome you all wholeheartedly to my channel. So in this video, as you might have guessed it from the very title, I'm going to share a strategy regarding the NET exam. Since I qualified it in my first attempt, you can as well do it. And mind you all, I'm yet to complete my PG degree, right? So yeah, let's get directly to the video. Since I don't know the kind of viewers that I have, I'm going to divide, what you are doing correctly. I'm going to, based on that, I'm going to divide you people in two categories, right? The first one is those who have completed their degree, right? And on the other hand, we have those who are still in their UG or who are still doing their PG, right? Okay. So we will first talk about this category, right? पहले छोटे बच्चों के बारे में बात करेंगे, वरना ये खफा हो गया, ठीक है? Okay. So we'll talk about them first. So you people, remember, you have a lot of time, but you don't have all the time. So if you have set your mind on qualifying this NET exam, and if you know that you are going to enter this academics or going to into this higher education, so get serious. So as per me, what you have to do is, the first thing you have to do is read some previous year papers, right? You don't have to read a lot of them, but remember you have to read them thoroughly just to get an idea. ठीक है, खुद को प्रेशराइज नहीं करना है. Just to get an idea, you have to read some papers, some 2 or 3 years papers, or maybe 5. क्योंकि आपको thoroughly पढ़ना है, आप बोर भी नहीं होगे, तो as many as you can, just read them. Again, you don't have to pressurize yourself. Just read them without any pressure. You only need an idea, remember? Okay. The next thing that you have to do is get some standard books, right? What are the standard books? Okay, don't worry, I'm going to tell you what they are. Before I mention some, you should keep this thing in mind, that you don't have to worry about paper 1 at this point of time, right? You have a lot of time, okay? You don't have to worry about that. So let's keep this paper 1 aside for a while and talk about some standard books, right? Since my field is literature, I'm going to mention some of them, and respectively, you can have your standard books in your respective fields, right? Whatever is your major, get some relative books, right? So in literature, we have literary criticism and theory. We should first talk about theory. You can get Peter Berry's, right? You might have heard about that. And the second thing is you can get glossary. Please excuse my handwriting. And the third book, you have to get you can get a history book, Hudson's on history of literature, right? These are some standard books. You just need an idea. Ye wale books, they are indispensable, right? You can't do without them. Again, you don't have to pressurize yourself. You just have to read as little as you can, but try to clear your concepts, right? Thoda padke, you just have to clear what you're reading. Be smart, but be consistent, right? As we know, you have no pressure at this point of time. You have a lot of time, right? Okay. Or maybe you can get some other books on history of literature. For example, we have J. Long's or some others, right? You can get whatever thing you think is simple for you. But again, I'm repeating, you have to make sure that your concepts are clear. What you are reading, you're able to comprehend it, to understand it. Then the kind of book you get, they don't really matter as far as your concepts are clear, right? Okay. Now, as you will be reading these books, you will see that you are beginning to remember the kind of questions that you have read in papers, right? They will automatically begin to get into your mind, and you will start, or you will feel that you are automatically streamlining your preparation or streamlining whatever you're reading. You will see, you'll begin to feel that, yeah, this kind of question come. Okay, we have it in this book, but this kind of question has come already, and it's here. So you will begin to feel that you're automatically being concerned about the exam, or the kind of questions that get into the question papers, right? That you will see in the question paper. So you will have to kind of be conscious what you are reading, and you will realize one thing, that अगर आप normally एक बार कोई चीज़ पढ़ रहे हैं, तो when you feel or when you remember that this thing has occurred in the question paper, you will see that you will read this twice, right? Okay, so what will happen is when you're reading something twice, that will automatically be stronger in your mind, that will remain in your mind for a long period of time, right? So without much pressure, without being much concerned about the exam, the net exam, you will automatically get prepared for the very exam, right? Without any pressure. This is the advantage that this group has. That is, the earlier you get serious about the exam, the better it is. You don't have to care about it at some later point of time when you have less time and there's a lot of pressure and maybe there are some disturbances. So I recommend be serious about the exam at this point of time when you are still in your PG or UG, right? Okay, as of this paper 1, I would say that you don't have to worry about it much, but the most you can do is check out the syllabus, right? Check out the syllabus. Again, you don't have to pressurize yourself, just check it thoroughly. What will happen is, as you will be reading or as you will be dealing with this degree, इसमें हम देखते हैं कि you have a lot of electives and you have some other subjects, and you have a lot of time, 3 or 6 years. Together they come to about 6 years. So you will see a lot of things that are relevant from this first paper point of view, right? So again, you will see yourself automatically getting prepared, or you will get serious. When you see something that's already, or that you have checked already in the syllabus of paper 1, you're going to get serious about that thing, or you're going to realize this kind of question come into the exam. So that will get you prepared without you having to trouble yourself about the exam much. Okay, you will do it. And the second thing, since we already scroll a lot on the social media, and the most important thing that we can do here is check out some YouTube videos, right? If you can't read about it, and I recommend do not read much about it at this point of time. Well, if you can, that's a good thing, but I recommend check out some videos. There are a lot of videos. YouTube bada bada hai, aise type of videos say, right? So you have to do is you have to check out some videos and start watching them. Okay, and if you get bored, just switch off the video. You don't have to trouble yourself much. But what will happen if you watch some YouTube videos, that will kind of familiarize you with the kind of questions that come up in paper 1, right? So you'll get prepared, right? So trying to sum up what I said already about this group, you have a lot of time, but you don't have all the time in the world. What you have to do is firstly check out some papers, previous year's papers, as many as you can, right? And read them thoroughly. Don't pressurize yourself, read them thoroughly to get an idea. You only need an idea about the kind of questions that come up in the exam, right? And the second thing you can do is, after you're done with papers, get some standard books. Like we have in literature, we have these kind of books, and read them thoroughly. Or you can say, read as little as you can, but make sure that you are clear about what you're reading, right? And the third thing is paper 1. You don't have to trouble yourself much about this paper, but if you are someone who is really smart, do one thing is just check out the syllabus of paper 1, and you will see that throughout this course of your degree, your PG degree, you'll see certain things that are relevant that come up in this paper, right? So you will begin to again read twice what you normally are reading only once. You will see yourself getting serious about the thing. Yeah, these kind of questions come. Yeah, this was in 2015. Yeah, this kind of question I saw in somewhere. Yeah, so you will begin to get developed towards this exam, UGC NET, right? You will get stronger, yeah, without having to trouble yourself. That's the benefit that you have at this point of time. You have a lot of time, so you're going to get prepared for this exam without having to trouble yourself much. Okay, so I hope this is enough for you group. And as of the second group, coming to this group, remember, since you don't have the benefit that this group had, but you don't have to worry about this thing, that you wouldn't be able to qualify this, since it's not the kind of exam that is really very tough as per me. This is something that you need the right strategy. If you have that, you can do it very soon, right? So yeah, since you have a limited time, you have to work doubly, right? You need double hard work, but do not pressurize yourself. Again, I repeat, it's not very tough an exam, right? Okay, the first thing that you have to do is, so I would recommend get some papers and read them. As I said about this group, you do have to get some papers and read them, right? Get an idea before you begin your preparation. And the second thing is get some standard books, right? Same. But the plus point here is, I mean, the important thing is you need double preparation, right? You need to work doubly hard. Okay, you have a limited time, and of course time is passing by. Okay, you know that. So same as here, get some books. As I said, we have in literature, we have Peterberry, we have Glossary, we have Hudson, or you can get some others as per your choice, right? But you need double preparation, as I said it. So if they can read one passage a day, you need to read more, right? Okay. And again, I recommend do not read many papers here. Read as many as you think is fit for you. Read them, but try to clear the concepts again, right? So this should be your constant friend. While you're reading these standard books, you should refer back to the papers again and again. While you're reading these papers, you should refer back to the standard books, right? To read about topics that have come up in this exam in detail from these books, right? As of criticism, I don't recommend M.A.R. Habib or somebody else, because that's a very voluminous book. You are going to get bored. I would recommend watch some videos or watch some lectures from some prominent universities. Okay, again, the focus should be on clearing the concepts, right? And even some guidebooks I wouldn't recommend normally, but the thing is, they will help you in repetition, repeating what you read, what you already read, or you can judge yourself by reading some market books. Okay, again, the concepts should be clear. But this is a warning: do not refer to the guidebooks. Guidebooks, no. Only guidebooks. This should not be your strategy, right? Because if you do that, agar आप pass कर भी दोगे exam, but the thing is, in later point of time, you're going to get caught because you have an interview in future. You're going to appear in an interview. You're going to do PhD, and then you're going to get caught, right? You shouldn't do this. I don't recommend doing only guidebooks, because that's a rote kind of a memory that won't help you at a later point of time. Okay, I don't recommend that. But thing is, if you have already read some books, if your concepts are clear and you check the syllabus and everything is clear, then you can, for the sake of repetition, repeating what you've already done, because there are certain things that exam has come up with, while your memorization also helps you, right? So things that you read already here or somebody else, they are going to get repeated once you refer to some guidebooks. But normally, only guidebooks, no, I don't recommend that, because no, that's a big no, right? As of the paper first, again, since this is not your forte, this should be a strong point. This should be the main focus while you're preparing for the exam, right? And this is just qualifying nature. You have to, what you can do is, for paper one, you can check out some YouTube videos before reading anything, I recommend. Because when you read something, when you read what you've already heard in YouTube videos, you're going to get clear in your mind that, yeah, and you're going to remember. This will help you in remembering things. Well, the books, for paper one, they're going to, of course, help you clear your concepts. But for memorization, because there are certain things that come up in NET exam that you think you should have remembered it, right? Just merely reading about that, they don't help. There are certain things that you have to memorize, right? Okay, and for that sake, you have to refer to YouTube videos that will help you in repeating things, that will help you in remembering things. And of course, when you read books, and if you have watched the videos about that topic beforehand, reading will become, from the books, reading will become a cakewalk for you. That will be easier for you, right? Okay. Or you can do the other way around. You can other way around. You can just read the topic from the books first, then refer to YouTube videos. But that would be a very nasty job. That will take your time in clearing your concepts, right? So trying to sum up what I've already said about you. If you're somebody who has already completed his degree, the first thing you can do is refer to some papers to clear your concepts and to get an idea about the kind of questions that come up in the exam. Second thing is get some standard books, right? And try to clear your concepts, right? And YouTube video that will help you, right? Because you have very less time, and apart from reading about things, there are certain things that you have to remember, right? They come directly in the exam, and merely reading about them doesn't help. There are certain things you should have remembered, right? That's kind of feeling that you get in the exam. Okay, and then paper one, again, YouTube videos. I said it about this YouTube videos about this. As of criticism and theory, again, you have to refer to some lectures, some standard lectures, apart from reading from some books. And this should be the guidebooks. They should be your last choice. At the end, while you are done with, after you are done with your preparation, for the sake of repeating things, how you can refer to some guidebooks. Again, this is a warning. Do not refer to only guidebooks, not only guidebooks. You should be done with these things when you come up to this, before you come up to this, right? Okay, again I repeat, because if you're going to refer to the guidebooks again only, if you're first job, okay, and that wouldn't be a good thing, right? So that was it. I hope you have got the idea, and please like the video if you think like it, if you feel like it, so that I can come up with some more videos, probably more about English literature subject. So stay tuned and goodbye.